A quick look at Yamaha's ultimate Clavinova, the CVP-709. Welcome to Cunningham Piano. I'm Hugh Sung. If you could dream up the ultimate digital piano, what would it be able to do? Well, with Yamaha's CVP line, which stands for Clavinova Versatile Piano, the 709 is the ultimate expression of versatility. This is probably, they've dreamed up of things that I haven't even thought of in terms of what you could do with an instrument like this. Now, we're going to be taking a look specifically at the CVP-709 GP, GP standing for Grand Piano. And as you can see, it has a lid that comes up like an acoustic grand piano, but it also comes in a model without the grand piano form factor, a little bit smaller. So if you have limited space, you can go for the standard 709. But the 709 GP, this is probably the ultimate in a Clavinova. So we're going to be taking a look at this, the sounds, some of the song playback capabilities. Even if you don't even play the piano, it's a great instrument to learn to play for the first time. But boy, we're going to have so much fun exploring just a little bit of the amazing world of the Clavinova 709 GP. So let's start off by talking about some of the physical features of the Yamaha CVP-709 Clavinova. It comes with this full folding lid, which also contains the control panel. And the control panel consists of a series of buttons and this very large touchscreen LCD monitor. Now, right now I have the output of the screen connected to this monitor over here, so it makes it just a little bit easier for me to show you how I'm navigating across the screen. So we're going to talk about some of these button functions and the LCD screen, many of which the functions kind of overlay each other, so you can kind of do either or, whatever your preference is. But the LCD screen certainly makes it a lot easier to navigate around. Now, I already mentioned that the grand piano version has a wonderful lid and a great soundboard, which helps to amplify the sound. The CVP-709, both the grand piano version and the non-grand piano version, they feature some fantastic speakers. A wonderful subwoofer for some terrific bass sounds and other speakers, and a twisted, I think it's like a twisted spruce cone that helps to circulate the air better and give you a more vibrant sound from the instrument itself. Now, the keys themselves feature very similar action to a premier acoustic grand piano. All these keys are wooden keys. I don't know if you can see this on the side, but these are all wooden keys. Okay? And it's really interesting, they're all weighted individually, so that the keys on top are very light and the keys on the bottom are very heavy relative to these keys. So it really replicates the feel of a great acoustic grand piano. Now, turn this on with the power button over here. You can control the volume with this one over here. And right off the bat, without doing anything, you have this great, gorgeous grand piano, this modeled after Yamaha's CFX Premier Concert Grand, a $250,000 piano right here. Wonderful bass sound over there, yeah? Now, if I want to change the sounds, I can either go to these voice category buttons over here and push that, or I can touch the screen in the middle here and start selecting voices this way. So right now it brings up this panel, and I have the CFX Grand selected. I'm going to switch over to this Bösendorfer over here, and we can listen to this one. Beautiful classical sound modeled after Bösendorfer's Imperial Grand, another $250,000 acoustic piano. Wonderful. Of course, you have different categories. You've got upright pianos like this saloon upright. Okay, you've got electric pianos over here like, oh, I don't know, this vintage EP. Okay, you have so many different instrument categories like organs, string, guitars, strings. What's really cool about some of these sounds too is, let me take a look at this sax solo sound. A lot of these instruments have super articulated capabilities. If you look at the icon to the left of some of these instrument names, you'll see something that says S Art and number 2. This is the second generation of these super articulated voices. So for example, did you hear how it slid up like that when I jumped an octave? It has these wonderful capabilities of giving extra articulations to give your sounds a little bit more realism as you play them. It really sounds much more naturalistic. Really wonderful feature, and several of these sounds that are, you just want to look for these kind of icons if you're looking for that particular effect. Okay? I'm going to go back to my piano sound. Again, I can select this button over here, and I can use the scroll wheel if I want, or I can just go ahead and tap on the screen over here and go back to our CFX Grand, okay? All right. Now, anytime you need to go back, let's just say I'm in the piano sounds over here. Anytime I need to go back to the home screen, I can push on this home button over here. It very conveniently always brings me back to the home screen like that, okay? Now, there's another really cool physical button here called the piano room. Let's push on that one, and it takes me instantly to a studio. How cool is this, okay? And what I can do is I can play along with band members over here. Or before we do that, let's just play around with the piano itself. I can tap on the piano on the screen, and it gives me options to select different piano options right off the bat. Now, what's really fun about this is that I can play around with the piano itself. I'm going to go to tap on the piano icon in the upper right-hand corner, just so I can control the piano just by itself. So if I want, I can have the lid full up, or virtually close the lid, or open it. Isn't that cool? You can actually control even the way the lid sounds on the piano by just moving your finger up and down on the screen. Okay, let's bring our bandmates back over here. And here I can have my band follow along with me intelligently. Now let's go ahead and set a tempo by tapping on this metronome icon on the bottom here. And I can either manually change the tempo like this, or I can press the tap button and tap out a tempo. That's a pretty good tempo here. I'm going to tap the metronome icon again. Okay, and I'm going to press the play button, and it's going to lead me in, and then the band will follow me. Now listen to this. This is really, really cool. Did you hear that? The band followed me. No matter what I played, it was able to intelligently figure out the harmonies automatically and stay right with me, even with all the complex harmonic changes that I played just freely. Really, so much fun. You can just play with your band right off the bat. If you want to change the style too, press on the band, and now you can change styles as well. So for example, if I want to go and try something else, I can try, oh, I don't know. Let's try a cool jazz waltz. Let's see what that sounds like. Again, so much fun. Well, wait a minute. What if I don't know how to play the piano? The CVP-709 has you covered there as well. Let's go ahead and on the right-hand panel, let's tap on that. This is our song area over here. Let's tap on this, and now we have a selection of songs that we can play along with, either play along with it or learn to play. So there's a lot of different genres we can select from, pop and rock. Let's take a look at Hey Jude. How about that? I love that song, okay? And so I've got that selected. I'm going to go back to the home screen over here. And now, along the bottom panel, I'm going to look for the icon that says Score. I'm going to tap on that. Now I can see the music right there, okay? Now, there's another option I can select over here, which look at the icon that looks like a speaker. Tap on that, and then you want to look for a button that says Guide. Tap on the guide. What's going to happen is you're going to see some lights appear right above the keys that show me exactly where I need to play. The red lights will indicate white keys, and the green lights will indicate black keys. All right, I'm going to tap this out again so I can clear my view. Go to my song control. I can either press the play button on the screen here, okay, or I can press play and pause on the song control physical buttons over here. Now the song is waiting for me to get started. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a red light here, and then and it's waiting for me to play. How cool is that? And of course, when you have a whole band playing with you, it makes learning to play the piano so much fun. Of course, you see the bouncing red dot also, just a bouncing ball, helping you to stay on beat as well. So eventually, as you get better, you can stay right in rhythm as well. And it follows you, no matter how much time you need to take to find your notes, it'll help you do that as well. Really wonderful, wonderful feature. Okay, let's get back and have a little bit of fun with something a little bit more advanced, okay? Now, on the left-hand side, you can select different kinds of styles. Now, I can either do that with the physical buttons over here, all right, or I can do this with the left panel over here, all right? And there's so many different style categories that you can select with, and again, you can use the scroll wheel also to scroll up and down very quickly. I'm going to do something fun. Select Latin and World, okay, and I'm going to look for Latin Pop and Rock Cha-Cha, all right? If I want to hear what this sounds like, I can press on the physical start and stop button on the style control area over here. That's just the rhythm itself. It's waiting for me to give some chords, okay? Go back to the home screen over here. So I can either use single fingers or chords. If I use a single finger, it just gives me major chords. If I use a chord, it'll figure that out as well. How cool is that? Okay, so now let's just pause this for a second. Now, we can actually create a whole song from scratch if we'd like, okay? I can start playing just with the piano like this, or if I want, within that style that I just selected, the Rock Cha-Cha, there's some other really cool things I can do. I can go to this one touch setting, push any of these four options, and it'll start selecting instruments that are best suited within that style. So, like the suitcase drive electronic piano, this little organ, and what's really cool about this, since this is one of these super articulated organs, sounds, I can take a normal sound here, or I can press the left pedal over here, and turn on the vibrato, push the left pedal again, vibrato comes off. How cool is that? Third, I've got a nice lead guitar, and here, I have a whole horn section. How cool is this, okay? Now, I can start off with an intro. I can have different variations in here. I've got different endings. I can even have a break between sections if I want, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select intro number, let's do intro number 1, okay? And let's try getting started. 1, 2, ready, and... much fun is that? I don't know if you saw what I was doing, but I was selecting different styles inside the song, and I selected an ending to just bring it all back, and I was using my left hand to play chords while I shifted around with different instrument settings with this one-touch setting. So much fun to make it sound like a whole band, a whole orchestra, a whole team of players, all with one instrument. It's just so many wonderful, fun possibilities with the Yamaha CVP-709. So I hope you enjoyed this overview of this incredible instrument, the Yamaha CVP-709. Truly a remarkable, versatile instrument that you can just lose yourself in exploring all of the sounds and capabilities. And just a wonderful, magnificent example of the ultimate in Yamaha's Clavinova line. Anyway, I'd love to hear back from you. Get your thoughts, feedbacks, and even your questions. Be sure to leave them in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our newsletter so that we can inform you whenever we have new videos and articles. Well, once again, I'm Hugh Sung for Cunningham Piano. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.